Hi there. This tutorial is to help you with the search strategy assignment. Before we dive into the actual assignment, I just want to kind of give you a visual before we get started. Um, we're all accustomed to this single search box, thanks to Google. What you may or may not have noticed is this advanced search box, which you see on a lot of different databases. But when you click it, in essence, it doesn't do a whole lot at this point. And we go from one box to three boxes, but you'll see this and here with a drop down. These are the Boolean operators, and these operators are used to communicate what we want exactly to the computer. And this is the whole reason that we're doing this exercise, and the whole reason we have Boolean operators and advanced search screens is because of the fact that databases, at least right now, at least in most cases, don't understand language. So we have to help them fully understand what we're searching for and make it explicit, so that we can get everything that's out there and suppress everything that we don't want to see, right? Okay, so I'm going to play around with the topic of server farms, and the way that they're cooled. And the reason I'm on about this is because there's a gigantic server farm near Charleston that's proposing to take out even more groundwater to cool their servers, and so there's some environmental concerns there. If I would just trying to get information about this, I might type in server, and which is the one that we use 95% of the time, and you're not even aware that you're using that Boolean operator most of the time. Any space in between words that you search for in Google or most of the library databases is automatically putting an and in there. Let's see, we want aquifer and maybe we want cool, and here is where we can use the truncation tool, in most cases as an asterisk. So when you truncate a word like this, you're going to get any article or any hit that has the word cool in it, cooler, cooling, any kind of word that begins with COOL but ends in any way will come up in our search. We can add another box for any other term we want to use, and including the operator not. So if we're getting a bunch of articles that are coming up that have to do with games or something like that, we can put that in there, and that will help clean up our list results so that nothing that is coming up that's really kind of polluting our results, we can suppress those using not. And then you have to be super careful with the Boolean operator or, and make sure that it's confined in its own box. And the or comes in when you have more or more than one word that means essentially the same thing. So another term for aquifer is groundwater. So in one case, one author might be writing articles about aquifers and servers. Another one might be writing about groundwaters and servers. If we only use one of those terms, we might miss some really important piece of literature out there that could make or break our research. So we use these terms and to help us communicate exactly what we're looking for to the computer, to the database, so that we can get super rich results that really pertain to what we're doing, and we don't have to scroll through 10 different screens, list of results, trying to find the handful that are specifically related to our search. All right. So this is sort of what it looks like in terms of actually searching a database. One other thing to keep in mind, anytime you have a phrase and this is particularly relevant using or, you want to make sure you put that phrase in quotation marks. So, really we're concerned about server farms, but another term for that is server cluster, right? So anytime you have a concept that's described using 2 or more words, make sure you put those in quotes so that the computer knows not only do I want those 2 words to be in my list of results, but I need them to be in that exact same order, right? Okay, so that's kind of how it looks like when you're actually searching a database. To try to replicate that on a Google Doc, have this worksheet. So I think this part you can handle yourself, come up with your questions, like what effects do server farms have on aquifers, etc. Again, I know this, in some ways it's super simple, in some ways it's really hard, it's super complicated, so I encourage you to look at some of these other tutorials to really get a handle on what I'm after here with the Boolean operators. But here we would have our server farm or server cluster. Okay, we have like aquifer or groundwater. We could do like environment. Here we can truncate that again, so that we get an environment, environmental, environmentally, etc. To maybe deplete or diminish. Okay, and then let's just say, for example, we did this search and we were getting all kinds of results that had to do with computer gaming. So we could say, okay, we don't want anything that has to do with games, or maybe there's something going on in another country that's really affecting our results. So any terms that are coming up in our results and causing us to keep scrolling and getting frustrated that they're coming up, that we don't want them to come up, we can use not. So 95% of the time the main Boolean operator we utilize is and it's implied in every Google search that you do. Then you're using or to ensure that you're getting everything that's out there. And again, it's because these databases don't understand language. We have to do that work for them and identify all the terms that mean essentially the same thing, and tell the computer, if this word is there or this word or both of those words are there, let me see it in the results. But if you don't do that, then you might not see some articles that are super important. All right, I realize that most of the time when we're searching, we're not going to these links and creating these super long search statements, but I think it's important for you to understand how they work in order, so that when you do those more simple searches, you really have a good understanding of what's going on. And when it comes time to do some really super serious research, you can construct like a beautiful search statement that's going to go out there and bring back everything that's really relevant, so you can do your due diligence all in one search and be really confident that what you find is everything that's out there, and also save yourself some time by keeping things from your results that really are not relevant. All right, again, so I know this is more than we typically do. But I want you to just explore it, just use it as an exercise to really get kind of really identify exactly what you're looking for, and just gain a sense of what happens when you actually do a search. Okay, have fun with it.